Today, we're going to discuss a subject that is both important and frequently awkward: asking someone out, especially on a first date. You may be asking yourself, isn't that, like, a deeply personal thing? And I understand. Of course, it's crucial to handle it with consideration, decency, and above all, clear communication because of this. Thus, if you've ever wondered how to handle this delicate subject, stay put because we're about to deliver some insightful information. Before we get started, if you're new here, please click the subscribe button and write "I subscribe" in the comment section. I will extend a personal welcome to you into the family. Having stated that, Section 1. Consent understanding. The foundation of any healthy sexual connection is consent. But what does it really mean? To put it plainly, consent is the eagerness, willingness, and mutual agreement to participate in sexual behavior. It's about voluntarily and voluntarily deciding to take part, free from any kind of pressure or compulsion. Not to mention the important component of enthusiastic consent, which is more than just saying yes, which is showing sincere excitement and desire. Recall that consent can be withdrawn at any moment. Therefore, constant communication is essential. Clear communication, mutual respect, and consent go hand in hand in the context of relationships. It involves being honest with your partner about your expectations, goals, and boundaries. Equally important is paying attention to what they have to say and honoring it. Sincere consent can flourish in a secure and empowering setting where both partners feel heard, valued, and respected. Section 2. Establishing connection and trust. Now, it's important to establish a strong foundation of trust and emotional connection before discussing sex. Any healthy relationship must be built on trust, and conversations regarding intimacy may come across as forced or awkward without it. Spend some time cultivating trust by being dependable, honest, and transparent in your communication. Demonstrate to your partner that they feel safe, dependable, and confident with you. Establishing an emotional bond is as important. This entails establishing a deeper connection than simple physical attraction. Talk to each other about your dreams, worries, and thoughts. Share a good laugh, encourage one another, and genuinely care about one another's life. Strong emotional bonds foster a sense of intimacy and closeness that makes talking about delicate subjects like sex simpler and more natural. Keep your partner's comfort and safety top of mind while you establish the foundation for trust and emotional connection. Honor their emotional and physical limits and never force them to do anything against their will. You may facilitate honest and transparent dialogue about intimacy and sex by establishing a secure and supportive environment. Section 3. Establishing the tone. Ambience is crucial when it comes to establishing the tone for a sex-related conversation. Imagine cozy, welcoming decor, calming music, and soft lighting. Establish an environment that makes you and your spouse feel comfortable and relaxed. Depending on what feels right for you two, this might be a romantic evening out or a cozy night in at home. You can also infer a lot about your partner's comfort level and area of interest from nonverbal clues. Observe their tone of voice, facial expressions, and body language. Are they smiling, looking directly at you, and bending closer? All of these indicate that they are paying attention and open to the discussion. But it could indicate that they're not quite ready to talk about sex if they appear tense, reserved, or reluctant. Give them the room and time they require to feel comfortable opening up, and exercise patience. Remember that cultivating emotional connection and trust is just as important to setting the correct mood as the physical surroundings. Thus, give yourself some time to develop a stronger connection with your spouse, express your ideas and emotions, and demonstrate real interest in their goals and boundaries. Creating a secure and supportive environment that encourages candid conversation makes talking about sex simpler, more meaningful, and intimate. I have a small favor to ask before we go into the next meaty topic. Please use the like button to let us know you're liking what you're hearing. And by the way, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that bell. so you can be the first to know about our amazing upcoming videos. Oh, and one more thing. If you quickly click I subscribe in the comments, I'll be sure to welcome you to our amazing family. Okay, enough of that. Let's resume our discussion. Section 4. Expressing your wishes. Now that you both have a strong connection, trust, and the ideal environment, it's time to bring up the subject of sex. However, how can one approach it in a kind, transparent, and truthful manner? Well, it's crucial to approach the issue with compassion and empathy first and foremost. Acknowledge that discussing sex can be nerve-wracking for both of you, and that it's acceptable to feel a little exposed. Begin by creating an environment conducive to candid dialogue. Select a moment when you are both at ease and unoccupied. Present a positive image of yourself and your willingness to improve, and strengthen your bond with each other during the talk. Next, softly share your own goals and hobbies while making sure to speak in a polite and non-aggressive manner. It's important to consider your partner's sentiments and boundaries when having sex talk. As you actively listen to their answers, be ready to modify your strategy to suit their comfort level. Refrain from assuming anything about them or exerting pressure to live up to your expectations. Rather, concentrate on establishing a secure and encouraging environment where both sides feel comfortable sharing their wants and worries. Recall that dialogue is a two-way street. Invite your partner to talk to you about their feelings, ideas, and boundaries. Accept their criticism and give them credit for their viewpoints and experiences. You can establish the foundation for a happy and healthy sexual relationship based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding by encouraging open and honest communication. Section 5. Handling rejection. Let's finally talk about rejection, the big problem in the room. We should all be ready for the possibilities when it comes to having sex discussions with our partners. And while it's normal to feel let down or even offended when your advances are turned down, it's crucial to accept rejection with dignity and grace. Respect your partner's decisions and boundaries above all else. It's important to respect their wishes and not put pressure on them or make them feel bad if they're not ready for sex. Recall that permission is non-negotiable and that it is never appropriate to influence or force someone to do anything against their will. Focus on keeping lines of communication open and sustaining the connection rather than obsessing over the rejection. Thank your spouse for being upfront and honest with you, and let them know you appreciate their trust and respect their boundaries. Take use of the experience to fortify and enhance your relationship with one another. In conclusion, it takes time, sensitivity, and most importantly, a dedication to respect and communication between you and your spouse to successfully navigate the difficulties of talking about sex. You may lay the groundwork for a happy and healthy sexual relationship where both people feel heard, understood, and appreciated by giving these concepts top priority. Recall that although it's acceptable to feel exposed and unsure, the only way we can genuinely establish a deeper connection with our relationships is by having frank conversations. I'd want to thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment with your ideas. Until the next time, be careful, be considerate, and carry on the conversation.